welcome to Open Hearts. I believe you watched part 1 of Samson's love life, part 2 and part 3. Here I come with part 4 of this amazing gentleman and his love life. In Judges chapter 14 and verse 1 and 2, he says to his parents, "I have seen a Philistine woman in Timnah. Get her for me. I want her to be my wife." See, James chapter 1 and verse 14 reminds us each person is pulled away slowly and enticed by the evil desires within them. See, the progression of sin, or the progression of the lure of the enemy is very clear. When we see, we desire what we have seen. And we are slowly enticed and dragged away. Just think about how either single or a married person, how slowly, when you are attracted to someone, how slowly they just pull you from your family or from other friends. And then slowly, you don't even realize that you have moved so far away from others. See, when the desire is conceived in us, we make demands, or we break down and we compromise. See, compromise in a relationship brings stagnation. And this stagnation could be stagnation in your career, stagnation in other friendships, stagnation in your own personal walk, because somehow a compromise in a relationship kind of ties you to some things that would not normally be right. Some people are tied into a pregnancy, or they're tied into an abortion, or they are tied into something, and emotions that tie you into a past that becomes very difficult to run away from. So we need to understand that God's call or purpose for us or our relationships will stagnate when we allow ourselves to be dragged away by the desires of our sinful flesh. See, our failure to tame our own desires and practice self-control within us will actually lead us to fall, will lead us astray from his purpose. It's in Judges chapter 16 and verse 15 and 16. Samson failed to discern two things. The first thing he failed to discern is that his lust had blinded him. See, lust can blind us. It makes us unaware of what else is going on. Have you ever realized that when you are so full of a desire to have someone, you don't listen to reason? Other people don't. "Why are you telling me not to have this? You're just jealous." Are they really? Or is it that you're just blind? You don't want to hear anyone. Then slowly you hate the friends that were your best friends, because you're going with this guy who is giving you everything, or who has this language that seems to be the language of the angels. See, we get blinded. The second thing is that the lack of reverence for other relationships, for God, takes you on a destructive path. So, look at what happens. Then she said to him, this is now Delilah saying to Samson, "How can you say you love me when you won't even confide in me? This is the third time you have made a fool of me." Have you ever seen a man telling a lady and saying, you say you love me. How can you say you love me and you have refused me to? Really? Say no. Just say no. Just say, if you can't believe what I'm saying with my mudomo, with my mouth, then what guarantee do I have that you will believe me after you sleep with me? See, these are lies. We must stand against lies. Protect yourself as a young man, as a young woman. So this woman nags and prods Samson until Samson is sick to death about it. Samson could not see Delilah's interpretation of love to be faulty, because he was so consumed in wanting her. See, 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 5 to 7 says that love does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It does not delight in evil. It protects. I don't see this relationship as protecting, as guiding, as helping each other. See, there's a use of manipulation. There is a nagging. There is an extraction of information through selfish desires. She prodded him until he was sick of it. Have you, particularly for ladies, you are prodded by a man, prodded, until finally you fall because you are sick of being told you don't love him because you did not. And then suddenly, what you never desired happens. So in the end, Samson reveals the secret of his strength, and you know what happens? He falls. Do you remember Job, when he's being answered by Zophar in Job chapter 20 and verse 12 to 24? He says, though evil is sweet in the mouth, and he hides it under his tongue, though he cannot bear to let it go and let it linger in his mouth, yet its food will turn sour in the stomach, and it will become venom of serpents within him. So in essence, sin and the attractions we have, they sound sweet, they stay under the tongue, they sound nice, but when they fall into the stomach, they become venom. They actually kill us. And that is what the devil desires. He comes to steal, to kill, and to destroy. See, the appearance of love to some of us could come in seductions and lies. But in the end, it's blackmail. It is mockery. It is somebody wanting to take advantage. So when Delilah got the secret that she wanted, she sold off the husband and calls the Philistines to come back. When Samson wakes up, he finds that, whoa, this is no longer a joke. He did not know the Spirit of God had left him. So the Philistines comes, and this is what they do. They seize him, they gouge out his eyes, and they bind him with bronze shackles, and they make a mockery of him. They bring him out to dance for them. How sad. How sad that the love life of a man could actually turn to that. And look at what they were saying as they make a mockery of him. Our God has delivered Samson, our enemy, into our hands. And in the end, you know what happens? Samson works so hard, looks to God, and believes that God can bring him back. He asks the aide to put his hands on the pillars, and he cries out to God. He says to God, God, just one more time, may I avenge your enemies and my enemies. And he pushes on those pillars when the temple was full of people. And the Bible says he killed more people that day than any other time. Friends, although God comes back to him because he repents, can you imagine how much he lost? Even his eyes. He died without his eyes. They were gouged out. And even though he got back into relationship with God, it was never meant to be that road for him. He would have had God all the time and enjoyed to be a great man of God. I pray that Samson's love life has taught us something. That we need to be people of integrity. We need to love to walk right. We need to love right. God bless you. It's such a joy to have been walking with you together in these 4 episodes of Samson's Love Life. God bless you. Thank you again and again for watching Open Hearts. This is our weekly show trying to talk about relationships. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Please watch, please share, please subscribe, and you know what? This is going to be a great time. In the background, you can hear lovebirds, and you know what? It's all about love.
It's all about relationships. God bless you.